Hello everyone, welcome to a new video for AAVE, Link and AVAX price prediction based on Elliott Wave analysis. We're gonna start with AAVE here on the all-time history where we have a 1, 2, 3, 4 and a 5. Wave A or wave 1 finished, and we're looking at a very long sideways correction here where it can be of course an A, B and a wave C, of course, where we might still of course looking for a wave D. This wave C of course can be finished or of course not finishing based on the time. We're going to see it on the micro level, but still a part of course of the wave C, and then looking for a wave D and a E and continuation toward the upside, meaning of course this wave C is still unfolding and we are looking for wave D and a E. The wave C target here in a big ABC where you might hit the 1-to-1 fib level 762 can be of course still hit. Very unlikely to get of course the most bearish scenario ABC here because of course it's a very long sideways, and of course you have paid so much in time. I doubt that we're gonna reach the low there. Therefore, I'm still of course looking for something sideways to unfold for something higher sooner or later. If we dive inside it for the lower time frame here on the 4 hours chart, after a wave E potentially here, you can be of course already in a 1, 2, 3, 4 and a 5 for a wave 1. But as you can see, if you don't want to consider this wick there, you can consider of course a WX and a Y. They're unfolding for a wave 2 probably. But I don't see the things that, it's still looking, of course, hard to call it as a 1-2 there, meaning that you have finished a big WX and a Y over there, failing to take the low. But I think that very likely that you might still here in a deeper correction, probably to take this low and to finish a structure internally. Now internally here, if we take a look there, we have kind of like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 probably here as a wave 1. In case you are in a 1, 2 over there, today with this massive drop, we didn't saw any kind of wave of the wave taking the low there. And that means, of course, you might still be here in the targets for a wave 2 in case we're going to see a rebound toward the upside between the perfection here for a wave 2. Now, if we count this move downward, of course, it is a very clear impulse, which, of course, 1, 2, 1, 2, and then wave 3, 4, 5, 4, 5, probably still unfolding. But that means if this is going to end up as an impulse, that means, of course, the direction of the market is still downward. And that means, of course, it brings us back to a possibility here where you might have potential ABC probably, or you still take the low over there and continuation for lower. Meaning, in case that we are looking at something impulsive here, 1, 2, 1, 2, wave 3, 4 and a 5, 4 and a 5, because this wave 5 can be finished and done. Yeah, we don't have any kind of an impulse. Of course, can be here something finished as diagonal, knowing that it is an expanding diagonal. Can be finished for wave 5, and you reverse for 1, 2 as we mentioned, or you push in WX and Y and one more low, of course, regarding here double 1, 2. And that might preserve, of course, the 0.786 probably with this low, and then starting to see some signal for higher prices. What you would like to see on the lower time frame as answers here, you would like to see, of course, something pushing for higher, especially taking this price over there, which is your invalidation of anything bearish. And that means, of course, if the price push for higher, again, towards the $176 here for AAVE, that means, of course, yes, it can be an invalidation. This might turn into something WXNY or ABC zigzag, and you push for higher, whether in a wave C or in a wave 3. Target for bullish or for a wave 3, you would like to see, in case, of course, we drop a little bit more, you would like to see, of course, the 1-to-1 fib level broken, for a wave C $204. That would be the signal that you are something looking for something bullish there for a wave 3, breaking the 204 as an ABC, pushing higher. That is our signal for something bullish. Otherwise, we keep pushing forward toward the downside, and of course, one more low probably will be there and might unfold something bullish after it. That was it for AVE. Let's move for Link here. For Link on the all-time history as well. Starting with all-time history for Link, we have a potential wave A. In a wave 1, also potential W, X, Y, X, and a Z as a very complex structure followed by an impulse. Now, after this impulse, we start to see, of course, a very long sideways range here, which is in triangle, giving the possibility here for an A, of course, for an A, B, which is a triangle, and a wave C toward the upside probably. In case that this is what's going on there, this might be, of course, a wave C, but nothing really bullish here can be. It can be simply, of course, a three ways up, and then you push for lower after all. It can be a part, of course, of a bigger triangle here that it might still be unfolding, right? So A, B, C, D, and an E somehow. But I don't see yet, of course, this. I see, of course, after this potential triangle, especially, of course, with the momentum still so far preserved, from there with the lows, I see, of course, something to move for higher, unless, of course, the things are going to push lower there in a very massive wave C, which is the ultimate bearish here. But I doubt it, guys, because the time for this sideways is too much, of course, regarding this push toward the upside. If we take here the FIB time taken from the wave A, we can see that we have passed the 1-to-1 FIB time. Okay, we have passed the for a wave C, I mean here at least, yeah, for a wave C. So we have passed it, and coming to this area is of course a possibility in 1.618 FIB time, but that is of course very, very rare. What I see already here, a potential wave E can be finished on the lower time frame, and the wave E might be your ABC over there. Now, this ABC, of course, can be a finished diagonal, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Now, today, again, we see a new drop, meaning kind of like extension and extension here, still unfolding. So basically, in case that we are in, therefore, in double 1, 2, with 3, 4, and a 5, probably finished in diagonal, and currently 4 and a 5 again, meaning one more low is very, very likely as well. Now, on the 1 hour chart, obviously that we have here something as a potential impulse 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. However, the wave 5, it doesn't look really as a nice finished here wave 5 as 5 waves. Therefore, very likely even that it might be a W, X, and a wave Y there can be finished, and we're looking here at a drop towards the downside. Probably can be double 1, 2. As a 1, 2, 1, 2, and then wave 3, 4, 5, 4, 5 towards the downside. As you can see, we didn't took the low, so the wave A is still playing there as a wave B. Very unlikely to be in a 1, 2, but very likely can be, of course, a wave C in a regular flat here. Still a possibility, of course, where you might hit $13 in case it is an ABC, but you know, after a correction, you drop down again. Only in case this is gonna end up, of course, as 3 waves. So also the things are not yet, of course, clear to push for higher. Now we start to see something a little bit noisy there, and when you start to see some noises, of course, you start to get some signals that the things are starting to shift. Okay, that there are some signals that the things might shift for higher a little bit. Would it be taking the high? Well, probably. If we break it, then we might come back to a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But so far, it's hard to call. Yep, so this is regarding Link. Let's move for AVAX also on the all-time history, where we have, starting with an impulse here, wave A or wave 1, but very likely it is a wave A, of course. Regarding this very long sideways, we have potential ABC or W, X, and Y should be finished there, probably finishing on the lower time frame and start to seek for higher prices. In case we are in something as a triangle, it can be, of course, looking for a wave D and a E, and then pushing, of course, for a wave C, meaning A, B in a triangle, and a wave C toward the upside. If we move inside it on the 4 hours chart here, you can see a new low has been registered today for AVAX. And that means, of course, in case that this is an impulse, which it looks like, but I think you needed this wave 4 5 still, because it is a double 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 4 5. What is the second 4 5? Therefore, yes, very likely that it is also finishing here as an A, B, and a C somehow very extended, and you push lower 1 2 1 2 3 4 5. Probably even not a 4 5 yet. It can be double 1 2. This is only a way 3 4 5 4 5 to unfold for lower prices. And that means, of course, that you might still seek for lower over there. Now, as a wave 1 2 here, of course, it still can be a possibility, but yeah, I don't see it really as a wave 2. I see it, of course, as kind of like something related to a very deep correction starting from the high here, which is, of course, this scenario as potential 1 2, and then wave 3 somewhere here, 4 and a 5. Now, this wave 5 can be, of course, related here as 1 2 1 2, wave 3 4 and a 5, and then 4 and a 5 again. So you have several 1 2s anyway. And by the way, even this move here is looking impulsive as well. So we gotta be careful with it. It is extending somehow. It can be, of course, a W, X, and a Y, very complex structure as well. It can be a W and X, and this is your wave Y. Your wave Y is somehow kind of like a zigzag, can be, of course, like an ABC, and your wave C is still unfolding as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but very, very tricky. Of course, downtrend here, not looking very impulsive, but very, very aggressive and overlapping, I would say, all the waves. So we're gonna see if this low is exactly what we are looking for, and if you want to see here a signal that something moving for higher, potentially I would take this one as a 1 2 3 4 and a 5, of course, in case we push for higher. Or I would say, yeah, it's hard, it's already taken even, and we saw the push downward, which is very, very weird. I would take this one then, which it might be the 1 2, and then 1 2 3. This is your wave 3 right now, and potential wave 4 and a 5. So yes, that is much more understandable, I would say. So I'm gonna put this label 1 2, and then wave 3 finished, and then probably you're looking for a wave 4 and a 5. In this case, of course, the wave 4, if it interfered with zone 1 there, that means, of course, might be your invalidation of the bearish. Okay, meaning in case you are in a big 1 2 3 4 and a 5, right, which is a 1 2 3 4 and a 5 because of the extension, of course. That means, of course, this is a wave 4, and you would like to see, of course, the invalidation not hit in case for lower, and in case for higher, you would like to see it, of course, taken as a signal. Yep, so that was it for Link, AAVE, and AVAX. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your likes and comments. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.